guys, this is Miss Nelson,
Miss Hall.
and today we're going to do markup and markdown notes. Now this is the second piece that gives you your percent increase and decrease, so make sure that you are doing this in one day because these actually fit very well together. So you see up at the top we have our same formula that we use for percent increase and decrease. The only thing that is different about this is that we are going to be given a percent, and now we're going to be finding an actual number of an item. Okay, so the specific thing that we were talking about. So it says after you get the missing amount, you must go back and add or subtract that from the total, depending on if it was an increase or a decrease percent. Okay, and you will know that by reading the problem. So number one says Jack's average in math for the first 9 weeks was an 88. His second 9 weeks average decreased 12.5%. What was his average for the second 9 weeks? Okay, because they give us a percent, we're going to stick that over 100. So it's going to be 12.5 over 100. I am looking for what my change was. Okay, I don't know what it was, but I know that it decreased from my original total of an 88. So you've got to be very careful. When we're doing problems like this, typically you're going to have an X over your total just because you're looking for the change, and it's either going to be going up or down. So I'm going to do what we did before. I'm going to cross multiply. I have 100x equals, and I'm going to multiply 12.5 times 88. So make sure you put your placeholder. I put a 0, Ms. Hall puts an X as a placeholder. Okay, so I get 1,100. So now to solve this one-step equation, I divide by 100. So here I'm going to shortcut it, and I'm going to take out my zeros. So x equals 11. So that is my change. Okay, that is not the answer that I want. Now I have to go back and apply it into the problem. I know here that it said that I was decreasing, so I know my number is going to get smaller. So I'm going to take my original of 88, I'm going to subtract my change of 11, and I'm going to get 77. So 77 was his average for the second grade period.
Okay, number 2. A manufacturing company with 450 employees begins a new product line and must increase their number of employees by 18%. How many total employees does the company now have? So we're going to give this as a percent. We're going to put that over 100. We started with 450, and we're looking for the change. Okay, again, we're going to cross multiply. So we have 100x equals, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to multiply 450 times 18. Now I'm holding my place marker in the ones place value next because I'm multiplying by the tens now. So I have 8,100. Okay, now one step equation, I'm going to divide both sides by 100. X, this becomes 1, get rid of my zeros, 81. So this is my change, and we started with 450, and it increased. You see your increase there. So we're going to take our 450, and we're going to add our 81 in there. So the number of employees total they now have is 531. So if you notice when we did percent increase, percent decrease, we subtracted first, added or subtracted first to get this number here for the change. And then with the markup, markdown, you do your addition and subtraction at the end.
Okay, number 3 says Hollister buys sweaters from a factory for a price of $55. The store then applies a 22% markup price to the sweater in order to make a profit. How much does Hollister sell the sweaters for? Okay, so if it says markup, then that means that it is going to increase, okay? They are increasing their price to make a profit for what they buy, kind of like what you guys did in your stores for our project that we finished. So we're going to do 22 over 100, and I'm going to do X over my 55. So I'm going to cross multiply. I'm going to get 100X. You should see a pattern here. You should know that every time you do this, you should get 100X because you were solving for a piece. And I'm going to multiply 22 times 55. Okay, and I get 1,210. So now I'm going to divide by 100. That cancels out to be a 1. I'm going to divide by 100. Now I can take out just 1 0, so I have 121 divided by 10. And when I do that, guys, that is just like moving my decimal 1 decimal place over. So I get $12.10 because we're talking about money. So that's my change. So because it is an increase, I go back with my original that I started with, which was $55, and I add $12.10 to it. So I get a total of $67.10 is what they sold the sweater for in the store to make their profits.
Okay, if you have any questions, come with them on Monday.
Thanks.
Yes.